Alright, so I'm back with some more Boss Bloon content. This week is a bit of an interesting week because this time Phayze is on Chutes. I decided to play this week because I'm sure you guys remember when Vortex was on Chutes. That was a pretty tough boss. I didn't really make a video on it, but I did play, and well, it did challenge me quite a bit. I think this time they gave a lot of extra starting cash to kind of compensate for the fact. I think Phayze on Chutes should be a lot easier than Vortex on Chutes, because the problem with Vortex on Chutes was that Vortex was bugged at the time. And so even though Vortex would spawn this lane, Bloons from this lane would also gain that speed buff from Vortex. Of course, Phayze doesn't really have that. He does allow Bloons to travel further along the track or start further along the track, but I think that's a lot more manageable than Bloons are getting a lot faster. Now, for me, it might be a wee bit difficult because I haven't really played a boss seriously too long. I haven't really played a boss seriously since Phayze first came out. But anyways, I'm gonna try out the new Monkeyopolis farming method. I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I have seen a couple of videos of people using, and I think I know what the general idea is. Now, as for Monkeyopolis placement, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking maybe putting it here, I think might be a good spot, but I'm not really too sure. This is kind of an awkward map to kind of farm on. Anyways, I think I'll get my first farm up here. And then after I upgrade this to like 200, I think I'll get down a base druid just to help out against rounds. Or I could get Monkeyopolis somewhere like in the middle here. If I have Monkeyopolis in the middle, then that means I could buff potentially all the towers down here, as well as like I think you can fit like 3 farms up here, maybe a 4th one here, but I'm not too sure. Maybe up here would be a better spot, but I do want Monkeyopolis to be in range of these damaging towers here, as well as Bloon Trap. Hopefully I farm hard enough to be able to afford that. I think for farming, I think I might want to go for a bank, to be honest. So I think maybe once I get this up to 202, I can go for 220 on this, and then maybe on like, I don't know, whatever round I'll get a bank down. I think banks take 12 or 13 rounds to fill up completely. All right, so 2.4, and that's 3.8. All right, like $1,400 just about. I'll put you on last because I feel like you're not utilizing its pierce. Let's put you on first, and then after this round, I'll get this. All right, so sell you about now. All right, boom. And then that should be full on round 26. And then I need to go for defense now or else I'll die. This round might be a bit of a problem round. Hopefully I didn't greed too hard here. I think I might need to go Power Thorns next. All right, I think I'll save up for Jungle's Bounty first, or Druid of the Jungle, if I can even survive for that long. Okay, we're still alive, barely. Shoot you on last. Really threading the needle here. All right, Druid of the Jungle now, and we should be fine. Now we can start going for hardcore farms. So we'll have like 12,500 in like 6 rounds. So hopefully combining that with Opolis should give some decent income. If bank was a mistake, I could always restart. Don't really mind restarting in the earlier rounds. Actually, it's 9,500. IMF alone is where you have 12,000. Oof. I completely forgot. So I wasted money here. I think I'll wait till round 27. So let's collect. Turn auto start off. So we have 11,000 right now. So if I sell this, we'll have 16,000. 19,000. Okay. Monkeyopolis costs 5k. Monkey Town costs I think like 10k, 10 or 11. So I'll get it. I think I'll get it like right here. We're far off from Monkeyopolis. I didn't account for Monkey City. Okay, so I think maybe let's go for round 27. Okay, so we got it. Perfect. I probably should have discounted, but I think it's fine. And Monkeyopolis has made a whopping $15,000 since I got it. Pretty good if I do say so myself. 44,000, I think that's all right. I'm not really sure what good Opolis farming looks like, but I think that's good. So I think I'll buff These guys with Alpha should be fine. So hopefully I can get away with just buying a BRF straight up, as that would be a huge help. I think one sticky should be enough here. And then I'll buy jungle drums just for deep red to be better. I'm not really sure what else could be better for camo damage, as sniper doesn't work here. I've honestly kind of forgotten how to even play Phayze. I probably should have put it under range at discount, but that's fine. Let's remove that. Buy OC now. Remove this, and then I'll place another sticky here, just in case it gets out of range. And then I could go for a sniper on strong. Alright, I think our damage is looking alright. Might have to get elite defender in the middle of the round. But I do want to beat this quickly because this is cutting into our farming time. Okay, so I think this is guys officially out of range, so I will sell that for E-Def. And I think now with E-Def we should be alright here. And let me go for another BRF in time, because we're going to beat this and I need to like focus on farming now. Tier 1 pops. We got 12 rounds of farming in me. I think that should be more than enough, because we have 3 BRFs now. I think that'll be the last one I go for. This will be the last BRF. I think I'll go for Central Markets next. Or maybe just one more BRF. I think we make enough per round. Alright, farming's looking pretty good if I do so myself. Let me get a favorite trades here. So that way we get even more sellback from this. And I think a simple match should be more than enough. Round 63 might be a bit of an issue. Thinking about it. I think a simple glue hose can just nuke that round. So I'll get a glue hose maybe like here. Alrighty, let me sell all of these. We have $138,000. I think we're looking pretty good in terms of farming. Alright, and then actually, now that I think about it, I think glue hose is a mistake. I think bomb could be a lot better here. Bomb tower is pretty cracked. Yeah, recursive cluster should fare good enough. And then I'll get like another one here just in case. We have a lot of excess cash I don't really mind spending. I think even after selling this guy, we should have well over $100,000 to afford the whatchamacallit? The bin essential. Alright, and then I want to start saving up for Ultra Boost pretty soon. I don't know if I want to do that now though. I don't really know like when the best time to go for Ultra Boost is. Okay, so Phayze got pretty far, so I guess Mad isn't really as trivial as I thought. Although Chutes is kind of a short-ish map, so I think that could be expected. Are we good there? Okay. On that BFB there at the end, got me a little worried. Actually, we can afford Ultra Boost now, just selling Mad, so that's perfect. And then I'll sell you. Do we just start spamming the map with BRFs? Alright, so I think this is enough BRFs. I'm gonna stop farming. Actually, I'll put one more down. And hopefully we should be able to make like $200,000 in the next 7 rounds. Alright, so that's first Crossmaster. Here's Crossmaster number 2. I probably should have left space here for another dart, as I would have liked to have a dart there, but I think having a dart here is fine. Maybe just having one here. 250 to 350k. If I put dart here, will it reach? I think it should, because the boss Bloons hitbox are pretty large, and Dart Paragon, if I remember, does have a decently large range. So I think after I get Dart Paragon, I'm gonna sell that in favor of Big Plane, as I think Ace Paragon would be really good on this map. Also, I didn't mean to press that button, but it seems that 78 was a bit of a struggle. I think it's because we can't actually see camo. So let me just... let's go for Energizer, which I should have gotten earlier because Ultra Boost. But I think it should be fine now. Alright. I guess I stopped farming a bit too early because you have like more than enough cash to afford Dart. And then after we pop this BFB down, I'll buy it. Alright. And this should be a pretty easy carry. Degree 31. Perfect. Hopefully it doesn't jump forward to the point where it gets out of range, because once it gets out of range, we're kind of screwed. I kind of wanted it kind of like here, as I think that would have been a better spot. because it's going to jump forward one more time and it's kind of almost out of range here. And so, all right. Hopefully AI Bloons aren't too much of an issue, as none of the towers I have down are too good against these AI rounds. So let me get big plane. There's like no space for big plane. So let me sell one of these. I don't think I'd need this many. And go for big plane now. Once it stops attacking, I'm going to sell and rebuy it. I guess there's no need for that though. Alright. So Ace is definitely going to carry this run, as Ace Paragon is the best Paragon. Alright, so we have around $2 million. And so, first things first, let me sell you, go for Dart yet again. And then for the other Paragon, I'm not too sure what other Paragon I want to get. I feel like it might be a bit too early to go for Ace, as I would have to sell a lot of these farms in order to even be able to place down all these Spectres anyways. And I don't feel like I'm ready to sell all my farms yet. I think I might just straight up do it, as I can't imagine I would need too much more than what I have right now. So I think I will sell everything. And then hopefully we have around, I don't know, 4 million. Didn't really mean to sell Ben there, but whatever. And we only have 2.8 million. That's not as much as I thought I would have. Yeah, so I think I will just keep farming, because 2.8 million I don't feel like is enough here. I was going to place Boomerang right next to Dart, but I think putting Boomerang right next to, right next to Energizer would be a better spot. Alright, let's see. I'll get here. What degree are you? I saw 18. Is that good enough? I don't know. I think I'll take it for now. Well, if it doesn't end up working, I could drop a makeshift Ace. That will lose me a decent amount of money, but if push comes to shove, that's just what I'll have to do. But Boomerang and Dart Monkey should be able to carry this pretty easily. I kind of wonder if the map is long enough. I wonder if you could honestly beat tier 4 with just a makeshift Dart as well, as it's honestly what it kind of feels like. My main concern here would probably be AI rounds. I think DTs could be a huge issue if we're not prepared. ZOMGs I don't think should be a problem at all, as Boomerang does have some pretty good knockback. So Dart's about to get out of range soon. I think I will have to drop a makeshift Ace, because we're kind of dying here. Degree 20, that's fine. The only problem is doing this, I do lose out on pops on what we had on Doomship, but I think it's fine, as it's not like we had a lot of pops on Doomship anyways. 10 rounds, it's not really a long time. 118 is a pretty dense FDT round. Even using SAR once, there's still a couple of DTs here. Even with Super Glue, I feel like we're kind of struggling against them. And then 119 hopefully should be easy. For my other Paragons, I think the 4 Paragons I want, assuming I can afford 4, is going to be Ace, Ninja, Dart Monkey, and then maybe a makeshift boat, just so that way I can buff Ace a little. Now I can't remember how big Ninja's range is, so I think I'll put it here. I haven't really used Ninja Paragon in a while, so first things first, I need to make sure I get a high degree Ace. That's definitely the most important Paragon here. And then I'll sell you and you, because I don't really need you. Alright, so let's see, what degree is our Doomship? 44. 44 is pretty good, I'll take it. Alright, so next is going to be Ninjas. Right, turn Sabo into Senate Shadow. Degree 30, I'll take it. And then let's go for Dart next. I'll put Dart like right under Ninja, maybe there. And I can get a bit higher degree of Dart Monkey. I can probably get maybe degree 40 plus, that'd be nice. Alright, degree 38, that's fine, I'll take it. And last but not least, Boat. And I guess it doesn't really matter where I place Boat, as Boat's not going to be a high degree anyway. He's really only here for just the buff Ace anyways, so it'll be degree 1. And I think that should be all we need, to be honest. I can't imagine we would need anything more than that. But surprisingly, this boss wasn't really all that difficult on Chutes. It was fairly easy, all things considered. Probably because if I had to I mean, in my opinion, I think Vortex would definitely be a lot harder than Phayze, as Vortex definitely requires a lot more planning, especially when you have to factor in that stun. Like, if this was Vortex, I would definitely be positioning my towers a lot differently. But even still, I feel like this is a tad bit slow. Hopefully this is enough, as it'd be very disappointing if like 4 degree 30 plus paragons couldn't beat this boss. Especially disappointing for the ace, seeing how good it is. I mean, Phayze is a pretty unique boss overall. I just don't really feel like it's too difficult, all things considered. It's like honestly on the level of Bloonarius. Like the jumping forward thing, I guess, might be a tad difficult, but I just don't know. It just doesn't feel too, I don't know. That's all I just have to say. And surprisingly, this is getting pretty close to the exit, but I think we should just barely have enough. As ace is pretty broken, don't let me down. And Ninja's 50% global slow should help out with all the AI balloons. And that's the last million. Alright. Yeah, pretty easy week, all things considered. Chutes, I guess, wasn't really that hard of a map. It is kind of awkward to farm on since you don't really have a lot of space here. But regardless, you know, with Monkeyopolis farming, I had, you know, almost $1 million just left over in spare cash. That probably could have beaten it faster if I got like, you know, Cripple Mob and started spamming, you know, sun avatars like everywhere around the map. I just didn't really want to be bothered to do that. And I figured that 4 degree 30 plus Paragon should be more than enough to take this down. And surprisingly, it almost wasn't, as it was pretty close towards the end there. I think I probably could have done a bit more to get a higher degree dart, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that was that.